The following is a presentation on my leadership development story. This semester, an unrealized aspect of self I discovered was emotional intelligence. According to the Oxford Dictionary, emotional intelligence is, quote, the capacity to be aware of, control, and express one's emotions, and to handle interpersonal relationships judiciously and empathetically, end quote. I will break down the key components of emotional intelligence in the next slide. Components of emotional intelligence. In my organizational leadership course this semester, I learned about the 4 different components of emotional intelligence. These components include self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. My organizational leadership textbook called Leadership Theory, Application, and Skill Development by Lucier and Achua, published in 2016, defines these components. Self-awareness relates to being conscious of your own emotions and how they affect your personal and professional life. Social awareness relates to the ability to understand others. Empathy is an ability to put yourself in other people's situations, sense their emotions, and understand things from their perspective. Self-management relates to the ability to control disruptive emotions, ours and others. Successful leaders are self-motivated and don't let negative emotions interfere with getting things done. And relationship management relates to the ability to work well with others, which is dependent on the other 3 emotional intelligence factors. By understanding what emotional intelligence is in my other course this semester, I was able to apply it to our ID 315 course. My emotional intelligence has become more evident through the readings, discussions, and the service learning project. This aspect of self has come alive because of the ability to define it, use it in the context of this course, and apply it to our service learning project. Leadership on the Line by Hevents and Linsky, published in 2002. Emotional intelligence is necessary to successfully deal with conflict and control the temperature. A quote on page 109 illustrates the importance of emotional intelligence when leading. Quote, "There is tremendous pressure on you to control your own natural emotional responses, which may be entirely appropriate and normal to express, except within the role." End quote. Someone who has high emotional intelligence can manage their own emotions during conflict and maintain relationships throughout. Sacred Acre by Tabb, published in 2011, putting others before self is an important component of emotional intelligence. After the tornado, the Thomas family was quick to help others. They came to their neighbors' aid as soon as they realized their family members were all okay. The social awareness aspect of emotional intelligence helps the leader to be empathetic to the needs and emotions of others. Self-awareness also allows for a leader to control their own emotions in times of conflict or change. This could be seen in the Thomas family's ability to understand what the Beckers were also going through and their ability to forgive. When reading Until Tuesday and working with Retrieving Freedom, I was able to better understand my emotional intelligence. Systematic adaptive issues require problem solvers to recognize a problem and work well with others to solve the problem. Social awareness was one of my main takeaways from this course. It is important to put yourself in someone else's shoes before making assumptions or jumping to conclusions. For example, reading about Louis Montalvan's perspective on dealing with PTSD and working with a service dog have helped me recognize an important perspective that I had not understood well before. Also, while working with a service dog, I tuned into my emotional intelligence to project confidence and make Damon feel comfortable with me. The only way we can understand the needs of others is by developing our own emotional intelligence. In Leadership on the Line by Hevents and Linsky, published in 2002, we learned about the act of getting on the balcony to get a better understanding of a situation or issue. This allows us to get off the dance floor, aka the situation, and look at it from a different perspective. An excerpt from Leadership on the Line, page 73. Quote, "Leadership is an improvisational art. You may have an overarching vision, clear orienting values, and even a strategic plan. But what you actually do from moment to moment cannot be scripted. To be effective, you must respond to what is happening. Sustaining your leadership then requires first and foremost the capacity to see what is happening to you and your initiative as it is happening. This takes discipline and flexibility, and it is hard to do. You are immersed in the action, responding to what is right there in front of you. And when you do get some distance, you will have the challenge of accurately reading and interpreting what you now observe." End quote. I chose this strategy because someone with high emotional intelligence has a good social awareness and is able to understand the needs and emotions of others. Getting on the balcony and seeing an issue from another perspective helps leaders to lead better and improves our emotional intelligence. This strategy has helped me become more emotionally intelligent and better understand the issues of PTSD and the need for service dogs. Using this strategy will help me become a better leader in the future because it allows for an unbiased way of learning something new. To conclude, this semester my unrealized aspect of self was emotional intelligence. The key components of emotional intelligence include self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. I connected emotional intelligence to the content covered this semester, including Leadership on the Line, Sacred Acre, Until Tuesday, and Retrieving Freedom. A strategy I plan to use in the future is getting on the balcony. This will allow me to see things from a different perspective and improve my emotional intelligence as a leader.